how do you balance between competing priorities? I remember back in the corporate world, this was an issue. This was something that was asked many times in interviews. I remember them asking me this, the hiring manager, and I remember asking my future employees that same question. Well, today I'd like to answer that for everyone and show you what you can do to balance competing priorities. I remember this time I had a terrible boss. This person did everything they could to load me up with all types of responsibilities and tasks and things to get done that was basically just setting me up for failure. And everything that he put on my plate was a priority, and he was just trying to push me out the door. But I learned a very, very valuable lesson, and it started me on the path to what I'm going to talk about today, but I didn't truly get it until I became an entrepreneur and I started business for myself. And then I had of course, when you're beginning as an entrepreneur, you don't have a team yet. So everything is a priority and you've got to juggle all of these responsibilities. Now, after some years of being in business, I've got a team, I've got managers and directors and things like that help out, and they take a huge load off. So still, I've got a lot on the plate because as I delegate, I'm getting more stuff that I've got to work through. So how do you manage these competing responsibilities? Let's start off with a great book called The One Thing. If you haven't read this book, I highly recommend that you do so. This will help you. I've adapted it to my way of life, to the way that I do things, and it has helped immensely. First of all, let's look at the principle of the one thing, of what's so very, very important on your list of to-dos, right? If you take a look at everything that you need to get done today, what is the one thing that you can do that if you focus all of your time and attention on will provide the maximum result, okay? So what can you knock out that, and do this, by the way, when you are fresh. What is the time of day that is the best for you? For me, it's early in the morning. I'm the most productive early in the morning. That's when I like to do brain stuff, right? So that's when I like to write. That's when I like to, if it's emails that I'm answering or anything like that, I like to do that during the day. Anything that's more mechanical that I need to work on, let's say it's marketing, that's not creative, but just different things with ads and stuff like that, then I'll do that usually in the afternoon. But my most productive brain power is going to be first thing in the morning. So I want to make sure that I do that. So we look at what's very, very important. What's going to give us the maximum results with that effort first thing. And you choose it, okay? If you've got five things that have a competing priority, you got to choose one. You cannot do all five things at one time. It's impossible. And you know, this is something that I'm so glad to see so many people now admit and understand, which is multitasking is overrated. I said it, and I believed that whenever I was younger and I was just starting out in life and in work and things like that, and I definitely believe that now. And I say that and I multitask a lot, but how I get things done is, and I've got a lot of things that I keep on my plate, is I choose right now, this is what I'm focused on, and I'm going to knock this out, all right? I'm going to do an incredible job with this during this time. I'm going to do an incredible job with this during this time, and so on and so forth. But I know my hours of productivity. So let me get all that stuff done, like I said, that I need to really think and focus on and use my brain or creativity to get done. And then the things that are not as important in these other chunks of time throughout the day. This will help you immensely. It's just all about planning your calendar and prioritizing that way, right? So today it might be on this specific tab, but tomorrow it might be on something else. It might be on one of those other things that I need to work on. It just depends on how that needs. Maybe you've got a project that is a month-long project, but come on. That's a month long with the expectation of how most people work, which is the same issues that you're having right now, where you're looking at, oh man, I've got all this stuff going on and I don't know how I'm going to do it. And then you get bogged down with the details and you get bogged down of even thinking about how you're going to get it all done. Okay. So for you, once you learn to prioritize and once you learn to focus in and zero in on that one thing that you can get done right away, you'll get done so much. No. Don't get it started and then start working on an email on something else. No, forget that. You have allotted an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. I wouldn't go any more than that. But you have allotted that much amount of time on that one thing, and you will get so much done on that thing. That thing that you thought was going to be a month long turns out to could only be a week long. And if you do that with each one of these tasks, you'll be able to knock them all out. So the gist of this is zero in on what is going to give you the most productivity, what is going to give you what is the thing that if you knock it out now is going to have the biggest impact. Go ahead and do that. Figure out when you're the most productive and use that time as wisely as you possibly can. All right? And forget this multitasking nonsense. That's just going to set you up for failure. All right? Instead, yes, you might have a lot of stuff, but just start knocking them out one after the other after the other. And it makes you feel good too, by the way. You feel great once you've already accomplished so much already. You can go on that energy. Hopefully not procrastinate. Be like, all right, I already got that done, so I don't have to worry about anything. No. You keep being productive, all right? But what's cool about this is when you are highly productive first thing in the morning like me, then the rest of the day is just not so bad, right? I mean, you don't have to worry so much about, oh man, I didn't do anything today, or I've got that thing over my head. It's already been knocked out, all right? And if you're productive at night, all right, cool. Well, so you've knocked it out at the end of the day, all right? So at the beginning of the next day, you don't have to worry about it so much, right? So it helps with your own mindset. It helps with your own psychological well-being, okay? I hope this helps. This is how that you balance competing priorities. I'm John Episcopo, and we'll see you next time.